Yo, what's going on, guys, man? It's your boy Dignified TW, and we are back with another video. Now, guys, today this is going to be a very exciting video, a video that I definitely wanted to do for a while now that I finally got around to. We're going to be talking a lot about the post-scoring details that have been going around on Twitter from like Mike Wang and Zach Timmerman and LD2K and all of that, and we're going to kind of discuss the kind of build that I'm looking forward to making on NBA 2K20 when it comes down to post scoring. So we're going to go over a lot of different things. I'm going to show you kind of a lot of different gameplays. This build is a build that I'm kind of leaning on towards making. Now, I know for sure some people are kind of talking about archetypes might not be returning. There's going to be a different upgrading system, which has been talked about on Twitter. But nowhere on Twitter has there been mentioned that there's not going to be archetypes. I do believe, in my opinion, there's going to be some sort of archetype system. Maybe the ranking up might be a little bit different. But like I said, guys, I'm going to give you everything that we've talked about, my reasoning behind the build that I would like to make. And then we'll go from there. We can talk about it in the comment section. If you guys have anything you want to know, or you have anything that you might know that I don't, go ahead and leave it in the comment section. Subscribe if you're new. So we're gonna go ahead and head right into it. Now, the first thing I know a lot of you guys are gonna be wanting to know is if speed boosting will be returning on NBA 2K20. Now, you guys can see this tweet right here that somebody was tweeting at Insanity, which is the NBA 2K League player. If you guys don't know, I think some of those guys got to play the demo, or they got to play like a quick play, something early. Somebody messaged him, this was not me by the way, messaged him, was speed boosting still in the game when you play 2K20? Please say no, because a lot of people did not like that. It was pretty cheesy and a lot of people didn't like to watch it either. And then he goes, the same post controls are in the game. So people are saying that, you know, the same thing, post scoring speed boosting will return into the game. But luckily, LD2K saved us. He came back and said that this has been addressed. A lot of people kind of knew about this, and it will be taken care of before the actual launch of the game, which we will talk a little bit more about as the video progresses, how some of the stuff in the demo you might not be able to see in the actual gameplay. But again, like I said, guys, this is huge for post scores. I myself don't like it. I know you guys have seen me use it. A lot of people like Hollywood and Blaze, some of the better post scorers use this just because it kind of was the meta. But to be honest with you, in my opinion, I think post scoring speed boosting kind of ruined it, in my opinion. So this should be really interesting, guys, if this is actually taken away. So I think this is pretty big. No post scoring speed boosting in 2K20, which is going to be huge. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is some of the takeover animations, some of the really overpowered animations that you've seen from a lot of 7-3 post scores, which is the majority of you guys hate that archetype. Some of these moves in Takeover, you guys know, were super overpowered, so we're going to go ahead and talk about them a little bit. Now, the first tweet you're going to be saying, you see this guy asking, will Takeover still have overpowered animations? That could go for every build, to be honest with you, but Mike Wang said that OP animations have been toned down or they've been removed. Hopefully in this case, which I don't think is the case, I think it's just going to be toned down, all those really overpowered post-scoring animations that you'll see with drop steps and spins. Because when you look at here, when Zach Timmerman says, he said spin drives, drop steps, etc., there's still going to be effective post-scoring takeover moves as our shots. They will dust defenders enough to give you the room to make something happen, but it's more balanced, less sending defenders off the screen. So now when I think about that, basically, you guys know sometimes if you have like a secondary post scoring build and you have takeover this year, one of the biggest things you can take from this, I believe, it's just not going to be as frequent. Now, if you have post scoring secondary this year, you guys know a lot of these post scoring animations, sometimes since it's a secondary build for you, you won't get it. So I think that's going to be a little bit more towards what 2K20 will offer, just to kind of spice things up, because you guys know this year, my post score, pure post scores in general, every single time they do a drop step, they get the animation where they either push somebody out of the way or they just drop step them. They can't do anything about it. I do believe those animations will still be in the game, which I have and will talk about a little bit later. But I think those animations will be in the game. They'll just be toned down a lot. Hopefully that is the case, because I know for sure I don't like seeing those kind of animations. I don't think it makes it realistic. I think that's what kind of makes people talk down on post scores, because they just say they drop step and shoulder charge. So hopefully in NBA 2K20 that's removed, but that's all the stuff we've got with that for today. Now, I think this next thing you guys are going to be very interested in is going to be going over a little bit of the badges and my mindset behind the build that I would like to create. Now, again, in my opinion, I do believe, like I said before, that archetypes will be coming back, but it will be introduced in a kind of a different way. Again, I think when you make your archetype, you'll get certain badges and all that kind of stuff like that. So for example, right here, Mike Wang says a lot of the 2K19 badges will be returning for next year that were in from 2K19. Some were reworked and renamed, which I will leave the link to all the badges that were mentioned on Twitter in the description. Go check it out. Every single one that was mentioned, and it's updated. It's on there. But he said right here, like, limitless range is going to be changed to range extender. Now, the build that you guys are watching right now is my post scoring sharpshooter, or sharpshooting post score. So it's going to have like limitless range. It's going to have catch and shoot and all of that. So I would imagine in my head, it would at least give limitless on bronze, or in this case would be range extender. And range extender not only this year is going to boost your deeper threes, but it's also going to boost your deeper twos. Now, if you guys know anything how post scoring works, deep twos always work with fades, because I always get comments and questions from pure post scorers asking why their post fades are not hitting, and I'm telling them why. It's just because their mid-range isn't high enough. They have 99 post fade, but they can't hit from beyond the free throw line, but my shot creating post scorer can. So in that case, you'll be seeing a lot of other badges that will benefit pure post scorers as well. You can see right here Mike Wang talking about we have deep phase badges that will be returning, kind of like from 2K16. If you can remember, the fade ace badge is going to help you hit fades from further away, and not only fades, it's going to be post hop shots, post shimmy shots. It's going to be insane. So this post deep fade badge is going to be nuts. And then again, this is one of the biggest things that I'm so glad is returning. We've got a deep hook badge. It's called the Kareem badge, Mike Wang said. So the hook shots are coming back, and not only do you just have to do them from like down low on the block, we're finally, hopefully, going to get some good animations where we're actually able to do hook shots from beyond the free throw line. Like, if we're getting a lot of space, hopefully it creates space this year in 2K20, because on 2K19 it was awful. You guys will see that, a future video coming up soon, but this year was terrible. Hopefully in 2K20 a lot of these little different post moves are beneficial, but from this standpoint right here, guys, post scoring looks like it's coming back on NBA 2K20. Now, this next thing we're going to talk about is the defense and the post scoring inside of the paint, and how contested shots are going in with layups and all that kind of stuff like that. You can see right there, that's slightly contested. I don't think I should make that. So today we got Mike Wang talking about defense, which really, in my opinion, it goes one in and out the other. If you guys remember 2K19 news, they're always talking about things are different. It's really much of the same, which I do believe, hopefully I'm wrong, will be the same in 2K20. But you can see right here, Mike Wang talking about layup defense is very different this year, getting rid of a lot of the complaints about layups missing that shouldn't, and vice versa. That means, you know, shots are going in that should not go in. And when you miss a layup, he says this year, it usually feels deserved. I don't know what really that means. But like I said, guys, I don't think these if we can take care of the contested shots going inside of the paint consistently, I think that's going to change 2K20 a lot. And you can see right here as well, there, of course, post scoring I think took a big W this year going against 2K20, but there's also going to be some new badges that we've not heard of. Again, like I said, that will be left down below in the description. You can see right here, there are going to be a few new defensive badges, clamps for perimeter lockdowns, and there's going to be a post move lockdown for paint protectors, just to name a couple. The rest of them, like I said, that were mentioned are down below in the description. But this comes to my case. I don't know, the defensive stopper won't be returning in 2K20, so this might be kind of like a defensive stopper mechanism, just kind of like, you know, the same thing as a defensive stopper, but just named differently going into 2K20. Hopefully you can't just like stop a post move if you have this, because that's going to be kind of lame. You know, you can't post spin, or you can't do this, etc. That might not be the case, but in my opinion, guys, if we can kind of get rid of the contested layups and inside like shots like this right there, that should always be a miss, but it's not necessarily the case. I think that's going to be a big W for 2K20, and again, you'll be able to see the percentage of your contests and all that kind of stuff this year as well, so we can kind of get a better feeling of what shots like at a percentage should be off, and what can sometimes be, you know, going in. So like a 30% lightly contest might go in sometimes, but if it's like a 90% or like a 70%, maybe it misses just a little bit more often. That's kind of where my headspace is right now. If you guys have any, you know, your support or any questions, or you have anything that you guys know about this, let me know in the comment section. We can spark some conversations, but hopefully the paint defense is dramatically changed in NBA 2K20. So guys, that's pretty much going to be it. That's all the news that we know about post scoring going into NBA 2K20. In my opinion, and I've said this all year long, if we can get rid of the speed boost, and if we can get some better entries inside of the post, I don't know if you guys have played twos this year, it's impossible to seal off a defender and get a good entry pass inside of the post to actually work. You always have to come out and get the ball, and it kind of defeats the whole purpose of post scoring, in my opinion. And again, like I said, it's post scoring speed boosting this year is the most effective thing that you can do, just because of how cheesy it is and how easy it is to score while using it. So we can get rid of some of those kind of things and make post scoring an actual art, to where you're actually having to play inside of the post. I think that's going to be super beneficial for NBA 2K20. And that's just kind of the stuff I want to see. Hopefully the shoulder charges aren't in there anymore. Of course, I think you should be able to shoulder charge like a center and a power forward should be able to shoulder charge, you know, small forwards and shooting guards. But when it comes to the case on a 7'3" build and a 7-foot build where you're just shoulder charging to get them under the rim and then you're pressing square to go in, I don't think that should necessarily be the case. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think about that. But hopefully, some of these post-scoring moves, I do believe will be returning. All these moves that you guys are seeing right here, minus the speed boost, will be returning. I do believe as well that the quick speed alpha post spins will be coming back as well. From 2K18, that was in there. 2K19, that was in here. They're all beneficial. Definitely a good move to have. You can definitely cancel spins. I think that's going to be something big. If that returns, that's going to be big for post scores. But guys, like I said, this is all speculation. I'm not 100% sure this is how archetypes are going to work. But I do think a build that is able to shoot the basketball, a build that's able to dribble and drive, a build that's able to actually play inside of the post against centers and rim protectors and all that kind of stuff like that, I think that's a build you guys should definitely look into. Again, like I mentioned before, pure post scores are going to be a great build this year with the deep fade badge, the deep hook badge, and all of that. So if you guys really just primarily like playing in the post, I do believe pure post scores are going to be one of the more overpowered builds you'll be seeing in the twos again. But again, guys, like I said, if you enjoyed this video, if you have anything you want to know or anything you do know, make sure you let me know in the comment section, guys. We're going to wrap up this gameplay right here. You can see the dual takeover, which I don't even think I really talked about, but I do think a takeover type style game will be coming back. I don't know, like you guys have seen the speculations about upgrading players. Something like that will be coming back, but I do believe Takeover is 100% preferred or 100% confirmed coming back, guys. You can see this ISO Hawkage guy. They came around. I don't know if I talked about it, but these guys came around like 5 different times with 5 different builds. But again, if you did enjoy the video, make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe. If you're new, we're going crazy on NBA 2K20. You guys don't want to miss it. Daily uploads from when the game actually comes out. But anyways, guys, I've been Dignify, and I'm out. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. Peace.